That is matted black, got the boosters black to match. Riding on horse, you can whip your Porsche. I been in the valley, you ain't been up off that porch. Now, can't nobody tell me nothing.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to a live edition here on the Trucking Journey, but this is a special edition. This is going out to the InBred Empire. But before we get started, what's up, white people? Can I get a thumbs up on the audio? Want to make sure it's coming from that right there, not. So we got good sound, people? Because I'm going to be talking about something rather important. Going to be talking about a group called the InBred Empire. Hopefully, most of you don't know about the InBred Empire. But also at the same time, for you guys that watch trucking videos other than mine, you probably know. Got 42 people in here and 4 have given the thumbs up so far. Hold up on the thumbs up, because you might decide you want to give this a thumbs down. It just depends. But we're going to let a few more minutes pass, waiting on some of the InBred Empire to join us. Okay, so Spectre says the audio is good. Y'all hear that, right? Little tap, tap. Thumbs up. All right, good go. The InBred Empire. Now, I don't know if they call themselves that. There's other names that I've heard. If some of you know, you can drop those in the comments that they've gone by before. But my favorite one that I've heard is the InBred Empire. It just kind of rolls off the tongue nicely, right? But I'm making this video for the InBred Empire, and also I'm making it for the trucking fans that's just done got to the point that's saying, damn it, enough is enough, and I want all this to go away because it's gone too far. Back to the InBred Empire. I don't know who all's in it, but there's a couple, and I'm sure, thank God, I ain't been exposed to a whole lot of all the garbage content over the last 2 years. Is just hateful in demeanor. And I know, like, the InBred Empire is anti-RVT, can't stand him, hate him. They'll do anything they possibly can to hurt him and discredit him. They will start doing free coaching calls so people won't do any with his. But I think there's more people wanting coaching calls than he can actually do. So you haven't, the calls. And I remember when all of this was happening, RVT was making some really good, well thought out content that, like, the understanding YouTube, like, I still don't completely, but I understood it a lot more just from, conversations that I had with him. Like those scans that's listening to me, talk about Brittany, American Trucker, I think is the name of it. She's going to start showing up all in my news feed now. Well, YouTube, when you upload a video, it does a scan. That's why I'm always getting nabbed for these copyright things, because I like to use popular music in my videos when I can. Well, it picks up the language that you use. And because I was wondering, like in RVT's earlier content, he kind of talked weird, not like, so much conversationally, like 18 big rig trucking, gptruck.com, all that kind of stuff, which sounded weird, but the guy was freaking genius, because not only did it get ingrained in my mind, I hear other people like saying the same things as long as it's running your face off. But things like that's related to your subject of, your content, the YouTube computer likes you, and you show up in more people's stuff. Maybe not on the immediate home page, but the related video that comes after that, and then that comes after that, and comes after that, and comes after that. I mean, you can really go down a rabbit hole. But the subject of these coaching calls came up, and there was like a large percentage Like all of the inbred empire. Anyway, I mean, there's ones that probably agreed with them that was just adamantly against.
I'm getting so sick and tired of hearing about coaching calls. I just am. And it kind of goes against our code, man.
And a crusade was started. This was the crusade for we got to do whatever we kind of can do to prevent someone from giving Red Viking Trucker $60 for advice or whatever they were saying. And they're like, that's bullshit. I'll give them my advice for free. It ain't worth nothing, so I won't charge nothing. And this became such a crusade, and it really, I felt negativity in it from the entirety, the other side of it. But there's this thing. Oh, I hadn't even been following my notes. I'm going to get to them. But for the InBred Empire, I don't know if you guys read. I know my reading has been cut tremendously since YouTube came out because it is easier just to find a video on the subject and like that somebody, put together, edited, research, upload. But nobody has to get the stamp of approval that you know what the fuck you're talking about when you make a YouTube video. Anybody can do it. That's great. That's cool. I wouldn't be here if I had to wait for some company to say, all right, you're good enough to make trucking videos, Trucker Jim, go ahead. No, I just did it. And everybody else is able to do that too. But there's this book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's Robert Kiyosaki. It's a phenomenal book. Like for those of you that have kids that say you don't want your kids living with you when they're in their 30s, get this book and share this information with your kids. But there's 4 ways to earn income. Only 4. There's 4 ways. You can be, I don't know, y'all can't see that, can you? Let me get my Sharpie. Maybe one of these days here on the trucking journey, guys, we'll get like a whiteboard and a blackboard and PowerPoint projectors and really do some cool stuff. But we're doing it old school right now. But an E, okay. But this is called the cash flow quadrant. That's for employee. And the majority of Americans never get out of this box. So their mindset, like their whole level of thinking is they're an employee that, they sell their time by the hour or whatever and, trade it for a paycheck. And nothing's wrong with that, but that's one way to earn income. And many people never move outside of this box. Now, this is where a lot of us truck drivers fall more into. Or you can be self-employed. Like a lot of commissioned salespeople, you would fall into this category of self-employed. Or us truck drivers that run by the mile. Instead of just, getting an hourly rate or a annual salary where we agree in advance what we're worth, and they pay us that's just enough not to quit. And well, dadgummit, we're going to work hard, but we're going to do just enough to not to get fired is the employed. But the self-employed, you've got more skin in the game. If you work harder, you can get more. But also still at the self-employed thing, you got to get up and do it. Like you got to get up and run the miles to make that money. Well, or you could build a team, right? You could be a business owner. Then you've got a business for the trucking. You've got multiple, trucks out there. And I know, I've got friends that's, started, and there's guys on YouTube that you've seen them like go through the process up until here, till a business owner. And you can have all kind of, different ways that you're making money when you're a business owner. You can be sleeping. That's right, sleeping and make money. Or, you've hired people, but it's a business. Then the last way, there's only 4 ways to earn income in America, is investor. That's making money with money. So now that we've discussed that, when I guess, like for most of you that's watching this, we up to about 80 now. I don't know. Some of you we may have met, shook hands, been eyeball to eyeball, shared a cup of coffee, all that kind of stuff. But I'd say the majority of people that's watching this, you don't know me. You don't. The only part you see of me is what I choose to show you. And that's a little more difficult, on the live videos because it's not scripted. It's just live and whatever happens, happens, and you leave it up. Or you can take it down, which is what I usually do on my live videos. Edited videos is a different story. The creator is in complete control of it. There's all kind of stuff about me you guys don't know. Like, you don't know who my kindergarten teacher was. And I could go on and on and on about all the things you don't know about me. Or any other YouTuber you've never met before, which I guess, a lot of these, they don't know RVT personally. I did more than just watch him on YouTube because we just so happen to work at the same company. Really, if I don't count Maverick, the second company that I drove for, and it was actually his first company that's, started with. And I was like, in with GMP from the word go. And I was like, how have I never heard about these guys? And all my online searches, they weren't showing up. But he started his career with them. And man, there are so many things about GMP I like better compared to US Express, mainly just in the, the way I was treated. Well, we worked at the same company and just both so happened to have, over 1,000, subscribers and fans and people watching us, regularly. And I didn't know about him before. I don't know exactly when he started, but anyway, we're at the same company. So as far as the fans, there started being a lot of cross thing. Like, I just started hearing about RVT more than most people would, simply because we worked together and then we've met a couple times and then we, had a few conversations. Hadn't had any lately. But when all this coaching call stuff started, I remember in my live videos getting asked questions or in my comments all the time about what I thought about, and the way it would be worded. It was like the expectation of a negative reply back, please, about coaching calls. And like, for people, like, and I am not talking down to the InBred Empire. There's a couple of you I've been around briefly, and you were nothing but cool to me. And there's no bashing. Because at the end of this video, like, the reason I'm going to get in is, I don't know. I consider it a form of bullying and group bullying, and it's negative. And I don't like when I start seeing those vibes infest environments that I'm in, because at the end of the day, those things, they don't do good. Actually, there's three things that are really, really, really fucking bad that can come from it. And I've got, number one, it's going to cause companies not to want drivers to do any videos. Okay, the InBred Empire, I want you guys to completely stop everything you're doing and pick something new. Okay, that cat's out of the bag. That's a surprise on this, because what's going to happen is it already has negatively affected the algorithm. Like, my channel is like half of what it was, this time last year. And maybe I'm not uploading as often, but the quality of the content I don't think's dropped. Maybe it has. People say, we like your trucking videos, Jim, not the other stuff you do. But I know it's happened with a lot of other channels as well, because I think the YouTube trucker platform has been infested with this bullshit. But it's going to get to the point, if it hadn't already, it's going to cause companies not to want drivers to do any videos. Not hire a driver because he's a YouTuber like me. They stay away because of drama, negative shit that's going to bring to the company that they don't want. You notice I hadn't been showing all kind of stuff at shippers and inside like I used to. Well, it's because I'm a media director now, and I don't want to get in trouble and get lawsuits and lose accounts. I mean, this is business, people. And when you pretend you're on a fucking playground with this stuff, on middle schools, there's gonna be consequences to it, and truckers, coach, you need to fucking stop and get off RVT's coattails. And the reason I'm calling you out is because I absolutely just hung my head and just shook it in shame on your most recent. Well, was it? No, it wasn't the most recent one. When you've got the man's daughter live on YouTube, digging for everything that would be like embarrassing and hurtful towards RVT about him not being a good daddy and his kids not speaking with him. Dude, that's fucking shitty. It really is. And you're justified because, oh, he made fun of your PTSD.
I've heard this so many times that it's a broken record. My PTSD check paid for this house. You have lost your mind, dude. Lost your mind. My PTSD check paid for that truck. Lost your mind, RVT. But yet, I'm still here.
I can't get behind you, coach, at all on any of that. But that's not why I'm doing this video. It was this other. Now, I only stayed in 5 minutes because I don't have the attention span for that bullshit for much longer than that. But this guy was calling in that did a coaching call with RVT. I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. This is the edited version, which gives me the opportunities to take out the stupid stuff I was saying about women at the end. And also, I wasn't a very good storyteller right here when I was talking about on the live stream of coaches that I spent a few minutes on when a guy called in that did a coaching call. And based upon his coaching call, I don't know the name of the company. I'm just giving you guys the roundabout version of this story, okay? He went to a company that, because he couldn't pay for his CDL school, so he went to a company where, you're supposed to work there a year. And this company was one of the companies that has a fleet of automatic transmissions. So when this new driver was tested, it was in an automatic transmission. Now, I'm sure somewhere in the high 90% of the people that see or are watching this right now know that guy can't drive a manual truck, right? Well, he quit that company earlier, didn't finish the year because I think he had an opportunity to maybe get some local dump truck driving job or something like that. And well, he's got a restriction on his license, so he can't. And that's RVT's fault that this guy didn't pay attention during that long process of getting the CDL and going to a work with a company and getting tested in an automatic, probably not knowing how to drive a manual either, much less have his license says he can drive one. But let's get back to the story. And I know you had a dopamine hit when you thought, oh, I've got a chance to somebody that, isn't fully satisfied and is, talking to me bad about RVT. You couldn't wait to go live with that. And I don't know, that the kind of things you want to get excited about, man. But the guy, and he obviously he ain't too fucking bright, this kid that called in. Now, he did get an RVT coaching call, and I personally have always saw that as, wow, that potentially really could be good, because what this coaching call could be was really like a goal setting session to like what I'm thinking, what's available. All right, let me get a plan together. That's like, I think that would be worth $60 to get like a rock solid, maybe a plan A, plan B, and you're moving forward with like some education about what you're doing instead of just, I don't know, throwing shit against the wall and see what sticks. So I always saw great potential in the personal attention of it versus just watching somebody on video, even if it's a live video, which you can't help but that as a creator to like go to questions that kind of are in line with your personal agenda as far as the vibe you're looking to portray for your channel. Like in coaches, that RVT is the devil. And coach, I think you're allowing the devil to use you as a tool, and you could sit back and reflect on what I'm saying in this. I recommend watching it twice. It would be cool if I went back and edited this thing and I had like people I'm talking about like pop up in here, but I'm probably not going to do that. You're welcome.
If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do. Hit the bell so you get notifications when I go live.
Okay, let me see. Oh, and Nesbitt and Ike. Y'all kind of went over the line, too.
Holy crap. I thought he would never end his flipping life. A Van Gogh over there. Former truck driver. I don't know if he's trucking or not. What are you on, Day Cab Dave? So this morning, I got a phone call that absolutely, it had me, what is the word? Elated. Running off the road, overly excited. This phone call that I had with the follow-up live feed by James Hensley is better than the moment Ike turned back in the black truck. It was even better than like getting a phone call and someone saying, yo, Gamer Pat died in his bedroom and it took like a crane to get him out or something, you know. Better than that. Better. And if y'all haven't, obviously at this point, everyone's seen it. His own fucking daughter, his own flesh and blood has denounced him. What the fuck?
Not that I'm calling you guys out. All of you guys have been nice to me, but I'm disappointed. Oh. And, you know, at the same time, it ain't like I'm trying to make myself out to be no damn better on this, but we've got to elevate as professionals on the things we get excited about. Like, let's get excited about growth and making more money and, you know, good satisfaction and, you know, quality time off that we're not fucking broke and we can do things that we love to do with the people we love and, you know, go to amusement parks or Disney World or vacation or just be home on the weekends and cut the grass. You know, let's get excited about those kind of things, or our spiritual awakening, or a habit I'm going to start paying myself first. I'm going to quit smoking cigarettes and I'm going to save $20 a week, and in a savings account or a money market account or anything. There's so much to get excited about in life than trying to bring another man down because you think he's too cocky and you don't like him. You know what? Like I do to like stuff I don't like, I don't watch it. I don't even think about it. And instead, I focus on the things I want. And I would suggest InBred Empire. Try it. Just try it for 30 days. Don't mention RVT, coaching calls, what his daughter said. Because damn it, if I see James Hensley go live talking about he's got RVT's long-lost 94-year-old grandmother that's like over there in Viking country that's willing to go live and talk about he ate cat turds or something when he was a kid, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm
as much as I don't like your father, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like your father. Reading your emails and things, that really hurt me. It really hurt me. And I'm sorry that you've had to go through this. You know, my goal is to eradicate your father from the trucking industry. He needs to leave YouTube. He's got to go. He is no good for us. You know, and he's using these women. You know,
I'm gonna call Little Dog up and find a good hacker and shut you fuckers down or something just to save the platform because it's nonsense. And I know you've got a dopamine hit from it, and you got excited, and you guys, you know, pulled together. There was some teamwork, and other people told you what you were doing were good. But it's time to move on, guys. Because it's gotten way too personal and of attack. And I haven't even looked at the comments in this yet because I I've got an agenda right here, and I'm not trying to get strayed from it. But there's only 16 of you that have give the thumbs up. It would be pretty awesome, like right now as I'm speaking, if like 20 of you could smash that thumbs up with the Viking paw.
YouTube.
Like, instead of bashing, try to unlock your inner creativity and try to make content that's better than his that people will want to watch instead. You're like, oh, don't watch him. Don't watch him. It's a lie. Worry about your own self, man. Create something good instead of pointing out bad. You're going to cause a lot of harm down the road in your life by the way, the thoughts that's in your head on this path you're going. Now, I've got an idea for what you could do instead. Now, I uploaded a video the other day. It was a little longer than I intended, and I didn't give it this title until after I was done, and I got this idea. But make the greatest trucking vlog ever. You hear me, InBred Empire? Bubba Nesbitt, James Hensley, Ike, Trucker's Coach, and Hammer Down.
This motherfucker saying my name.
I don't know all of you because I really started getting bored with just, a live recording that goes on for an hour and 45 minutes, taking turns talking about RV2.
YouTube.
But the coaching calls, guys, that's a good idea, the concept of it. Now, people can just do that on their own with a friend, sit down, get the research together that they need, and make a plan, make some phone calls. I mean, for anybody that's starting a whole new venture, into a new career such as truck driving, the more information, the better. But there's a lot of bullshit information out there. And there's a lot of opinions and different sides. Y'all, here's a phrase. Here's a phrase to walk away with today. Your perception is your reality. And all of us have different perceptions. Like, is that a good company? Is he a good guy? You hear this stuff just thrown around like without even, thinking all the time. But here's an idea. Make the greatest trucking vlog area. Now, you can really do about anything you want, but there's a little bit of criteria in InBred Empire. You've got to show the exterior of a truck. So, Trucker's Coach, if you do one, you can do part of it in your kitchen, but you got to show us a truck, or it won't be considered for the greatest trucking vlog ever. Okay? Number 2, you got to show something, or I guess you could talk about something, but showing is better. Show something that's related to trucking. You could show changing a tire. You could show opening the back doors. You could show fueling up. You could show adding coolant. You could show backing up. You could show getting the load off the load board, getting $4 a mile. Anything you want to. Just show us something trucking. And number 3 is give a value tip. Something in your video that is trucking related, or it could be life related. Either one, because us truckers have lives as well. But give a value tip of some sort, something that there's good probability somebody watching didn't know what you said, but a whole bunch of other people did, because once you learn it, it's kind of a no-brainer. It's one of those good things to know, There's a bunch of them. Now, the 4th thing, and I think a lot of us truck drivers have other things in common besides just that we're truck drivers. There is. A lot of us have a lot of things in common. Maybe like the sports team we pull for, the kind of boots we wear, or we came from a broken home. The list goes on and on. Share something about yourself that has absolutely zero to do with trucking. Like in my video, I showed my mama's yard and showed a little bit of Boone and, like her yard. It was cool, and added a little music. I just kind of threw that in there to let y'all know, hey, I got a mama. She's still alive. She loves me. I go, I go see her every week or two or something like that. I've got a good relationship with her, and she's got a good thumb. That was something about me I wanted to share. And then this is optional, but if you want it to be considered for the greatest trucking blog ever, I think if you got a laugh or two in your video, it's probably a good thing. I mean, laughter's good. It's the best medicine. Instead of getting, pissed off about somebody else making, $120 yesterday outside of the truck. I don't know. Did you make anybody smile today? That's a good question to ask yourself. But put something funny in your video. Now, when I say funny, now all of us have different sense of humor and thinks different things are funny, and other things like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. While the other person's busting a gut, same kind of scenario. So we're all a little, we're all different on that, and that's okay. That's what makes, I don't know, meeting people cool and new relationships. But if you can get a laugh in there or something with a reasonable expectation of somebody, will probably find that maybe a little funny, then that's good. So once again, show the exterior of a truck. Show something trucking related. Give a value tip. Show something about yourself or something you appreciate that has nothing to do with trucking, and then try to get a laugh out of your audience if you can. But I might redo mine or do another one. We'll see if at least like 10 people make one of these. It's going to be hashtag greatest trucking vlog ever. That's the name of it. That's my challenge to the InBred Empire, because I'm not against you guys. I just can't get behind the direction all this has already went. And I ain't even talking about like what happened this past weekend. That I'm not even going to give energy to that. It's total bullshit. And I hadn't read any of Yukon's comments yet, but he probably, I don't know, hopefully he'll watch this a second time and maybe it felt different. But I know he initially is not in agreement with anything that I'm talking about. Let's see, is there anything else I need to say? That cat turds with RVT's grandma part with James Hensley going live, that was pretty funny, wasn't it? See, that was a joke that I put in there that I knew somebody would laugh a little bit. But, and like I said, I have not read any of the comments, but I'm sure there's some shit talking on there for like the InBred Empire. At least, but if there's one or two of you that you've been thinking the same dadgum thing, let me tell you what you motherfuckers are going to do if you continue this. You're going to hurt it for everybody. You're going to hurt it for the viewers, because the quality of the content that's going to be available in years to come is going to absolutely suck. These companies are going to start viewing us YouTube truckers as a hassle, a negative, a liability, and things they would just rather not deal with and not have attention brought to the problems of their stuff, or YouTube problems coming in causing a problem for their companies. It's already happened. And I'm just using the InBred Empire to categorize everybody that's adding to this. And please stop. It's going to hurt YouTube for us all. And quality content that I know a lot of us really like, it's going to stop, or it's going to hurt tremendously. There's going to be some violence come. Like, some of the things that's been done to RVT, including his daughter, his wife, this stuff with like women coming out trying, portray this guy like as a cheater and sending strippers to his house and pizza and fucking bouncy houses. Like, if you got beat the fuck down, like what was that American History X style where they put you on the freaking curve and stomp? I don't know if anybody would say, He didn't deserve that, because you probably do deserve that. And if stuff like this continues, and also other people follow your example, coach, and to do this kind of stuff and treat people that way that you don't agree with, violence is going to start happening, and truckers are going to be packing, and they're going to start shooting each other at truck stops and their terminals and stuff like that, or stabbing or beating with tire tools, or just fights. And this stuff is going to happen from YouTube. It is. And I can't say you don't deserve an ass whooping for it. And then this is really the main reason why, because I may be exaggerating with, the fights, the companies banning YouTube truckers. Well, I don't think I am, though. It's totally going to go in that direction. This is the kind of stuff that really gets people depressed. When groups, now, fortunately, in this case, RVT is stronger than his attackers.
YouTube.
He's mentally stronger. Y'all can't fucking hold a candle to him. You really can't. And it's creative, and the following and the loyalty he built from coming from a positive angle and nothing negative at all. You guys you're not even in the same league. You're categorized as something different than what he did.
YouTube.
But still, he made. I'm sure that the daughter live on you guys. It's gone too far. You need to stop. He ain't hurting nobody. Like, are you like going through any other thing as far as trying to save anybody from like unwisely spending their money? Is there anything that else that you get on to people and tell them they shouldn't spend their money on, other than a fucking coaching call to sit down and possibly set some goals to do something great? Have you, or it's just RVT that you, so you're full of shit. You're not trying to help anybody, Inbred Empire, with that mentality. But the good news is,
because you can change.
You could change right now.
Okay.
You don't even have to wait till this video is over to change. And for like, you know what, Trucker Jim, I ain't gonna tell you you're right, but I've been a little wrong in my thinking, and I really think I can do better than I have been. I think I can maybe make the world a little better instead of making it a little more retarded. And I think you can too, Inbred Empire. I really, really think you can, because what comes from this kind of stuff that y'all went way over the line with RVT, but I don't want you to do it to other people, is why I'm doing this, is that where serious depression comes from. Now, I hear, a lot of you YouTube truckers talk about depression, and, you might be on depression medication. Me personally, I ain't. But I've been recommended to take, something to take the edge off, and, all this balance me out. But I'm not looking for a diagnosis to tell me what's wrong with me. I really believe I just need to have guidance and have goals and have my heart pure and eat right and, all kind of other things. The answer to my problems ain't a pill. You know what I mean? But I know a lot of people do suffer with depression. Like, I felt depression coming on when I had separated from the woman I thought I was going to grow old with. Like, that was it. I knew who my life partner was. I might not, know what my address is going to be 10 years from now, but I knew who I was going to be with, and then it didn't. And after, I don't know, a few months, I ended up getting led to trucking, and at the same time, this whole YouTube thing started. But that helped me deal with the depression, is just having a camera that kind of became my friend and my therapist. And, I want to have, videos for, my kids and my mom and stuff to see, what I've been doing, and me to go back and watch years later. And then a little bit of an audience developed as time went on. And that helped me with depression. But this kind of stuff that's been going on, that's what makes people depressed, and suicide happens. And I just can't support this bullying nature any longer. And the genre I have affectionately learned to call YouTube truckers. And then there's truckers on YouTube. Maybe there should be a third one for all this this negative bashing, bullying, hurting other people's business. Fucking stop it. You ain't doing nothing good. You're not. And all right, let's go. Let's read some comments. All right. Let's see. I'm going to start with the person that did the super chat. So all the ones prior to the super chat, I'll look at them later. If it's something real important, Jim is the best YouTuber who is a truck driver. Well, thanks, steering wheel holder. I just totally picked that randomly. Don't think of it. But it was. Let's see. J. Chad, Trucker Jim, please don't feed into the YouTube drama. It was great to meet you, and I always enjoy your trucking videos. Well, thanks, man. I'm not so much trying to feed into the drama. I'm trying to minimize the importance and the value of the drama. And you YouTube viewers out there, you're the key. And I know most of you have. And well, like a lot of you from before ain't even seeing this now because you've already tuned out. But you know, I'm sure the numbers on those are a lot lower than when you first started it 2 years ago. Because it used to, heck, you put RVT in your title, that was going to be, you know, a good video. That was going to be a higher watched video than your average. And that ain't me, you know, stroking the ego of the Viking or anything like that. It's just the facts. It is. And then there's several other, you know, YouTubers, and hell, most of them. Well, I can't say most of them, but you know, I am not the largest, but I damn sure ain't the smallest. But for everybody thinks I am the best, I am the most fun to watch, that consistently is a video worth watching, smash that thumbs up or drop a super chat, show you love, do something, cause what time is it? I don't think that light ever went red. I am in Charleston, Tennessee, getting loaded, taking this to Statesville, and the senior. I'm getting ready to end this. I'm not gonna go through all the comments. I'll look at them on the replay. If anybody that's watching this on the replay, feel free to drop your opinions below. But for those of you that are like in agreement on the, you know, the, as far as the negative nature of the RVT bashing, and let's just wave a flag on this shit, okay? Let's say, all right, we had our run with that. We're good, and stop. And I don't know if there's going to be legal, you know, consequences for those businesses that wasted their time, you know, to be a part of you guys' joke that I'm assuming was probably live streamed.
And if you don't know who we're talking about the Red Irish Trucker, formerly known as the Red Viking Trucker, because we also found out that he ain't got no Viking hair. That motherfucker is Irish as I am. He ain't got jack diddly shit when it comes to Viking blood in him. The first fucking person I messaged after we had a conference call was fucking Thor. I said, you won't believe this. And I don't know.
Women. Okay. Now, the InBred Empire may not be able to relate with women going after you. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people think, I'm going to go out and pick up some chicks and, you know, have your, you know, you looked up some good lines and you go to a bar or a family reunion or wherever you go to, you know, you pick up women and you go about it. And if you find one that's good and drunk, maybe she'll go back to the pickup truck with you, right? Well, then there's like the other caliber of men that have some other purpose that they're walking towards, and women cross their path. And, you know, they're not the kind of guy that's like looking at her tits and you know, whistling or whatever, because we got other shit going on. Don't worry about this. Well, when a man has that type of demeanor, or you know, that's on some platform like YouTube or Days of Our Lives or whatever, that's perceived, you know, as, you know, successful, or maybe this person eats and, you know, right, exercises and You know, they're not sloppy. You know, they're well put together and things. Women, like, oftentimes are attracted to that.
We got a hold of Day Cab Dave today. It was me. I think Will was on the phone. The other feller, Knappett Investments. Little guy was on there, and Hensley, and fucking 404, whatever his retarded ass's name is. Here's some bullet points from that conversation. One, the carrier that he works for, 1890 something, whatever they are in Texas, according to Dave, does not have a problem with sexual harassment. Two, he does not denounce RVT for his actions. And three, RVT's sole plan this weekend is to go home and release information on the two people that have came forward about him. Secrets about him. He's got dirt, apparently.
The stuff that came, you know, with it, I don't know what's documented. I hadn't followed it. But instead of, how would you handle, you know, said situation like InBred Empire? What if y'all had like 3 or 4 different women that's calling you, telling you, save me. I trust every word you say. Tell me what to do. Help me win in life. Would you be able to give good advice? Like, I damn sure ain't going to say I could, because I'm not signing up to be nobody's coach. I don't. That's why I ain't got a Patreon or anything like that. That's not my, I'm a narcissist, right? That's what my ex called me. I'm a narcissist. So my YouTube channel, I guess, is so I can go back and like hear myself talk. But I'm tired of hearing myself talk. Thanks to all of you for tuning in. We had I don't know. Seemed like the numbers stayed pretty steady. Everybody stayed in here for the long haul. But hit me up in the comments. Let you know what let me know, and let the InBred Empire know that either you have been supportive and you want more and more and more and more and more dirt, pain, and misery dug up on the man we have learned to call the Red Viking Trucker, and see how bad it can actually get. If y'all want that, let us know in the comments. Because we need to know who to block, from our channel. But let's not spoil this YouTube Trucker platform. We've got potential for this to really be something special as history evolves and the new crop of truck drivers. They can't be all robot trucks, down the road. There's just too many fucking trucks is needed every day. Because remember, if you bought it, a truck brought it.
Everybody going through a little something, something.